Okay, let's go back to the beginning. In this video, I'm going to show you how to sell online. I'm going to show you digital products that you can sell online that's $100 or under. And the reason is because as a creator, if you want to build a business around that, you have to figure out a way to sell something online that people are going to buy. Now, that's a very important point. Things that people are going to buy, because if people don't buy them, you are not going to make money. So you want things that people can buy, things that almost cost zero for you to make, and one sale is going to get you $100, and 100 sale is going to get you $10,000. So think about that and think about how that can be useful for you, and I hope that you can get some ideas from here and use it in your own business or practice. Now I want to share with you first, before showing you the things, the digital products that you can sell online by yourself, I want to show you the three sneaky secrets of selling. And these are very, very important if you're going to be successful at selling things online as a random stranger. We are not talking about, oh, if you have a big brand or if you have millions of people following you, this is what you do. We are not talking about that. We are talking about, being your own person, not that you are famous extraordinarily, but you have something of value, you have a little bit of following, and you want to use that and turn it into a kind of business. So here are three rules or three principles that I believe is going to help anyone who is in that. The first one is always aim or always plan to sell to someone who just bought something, because when people are in a buying mood, they're in a buying mood. If someone is not in a buying mood, there is no amount of effort, there's no amount of persuasion that you can do to get that person to a buying mood. People just go into buying moods themselves. So what you want is to create a system whereby you can track, or you can reach out to people when they are in a buying mode. And the way you know that they're in a buying mode is when they just bought something. So sell to someone who just bought something. Those people are easy to sell. Someone who is not buying anything would likely not buy anything no matter what you are trying to persuade the person with. So sell to someone who just bought something. That's lesson one. The second one is to glean from big brands or businesses. And this means that if you have a brand that's making something or that introduces something to the market, you know that people are going to buy that thing no matter the number of people that are going to buy. Some people are going to buy. You know that they are going to want to use that thing. They are going to want to test it. What you can do is that you can glean from that market, meaning that the people who bought that big thing, that big announcement, you can create a product that is complementary, that they would want to get alongside the big thing, or what's the big brand announced that they are selling. And I think that this is very powerful, and not enough people take advantage of it, because most creators are trying to come up with their own products, with their own things, with their own services. Meanwhile, I think that there's a lot of money to be made if they just look at what the bigger brands in their industry doing, bigger things in bigger forms of what they're doing. If they look at what those ones are releasing and those ones are bringing to the market, and they create something that is like complementary to that, if you do that, you are in a better position to make a lot of money, because people who buy that thing, who buy that big products from the big brand, would want to buy some of the other small things because they are already in a buying mood, and they want to buy some of the smaller things that complement that. So that is something to note going forward. And then the third one is to stack bonuses and loads of useful resources. Now, another mistake I see a lot of people make when selling online is that they just want to sell one thing. And while that sounds smart, it is not so persuasive to anyone who is trying to buy, because you must always think from the perspective of the person who wants to buy. You want to give them enough reasons to buy. So whatever products that you're selling, don't let it just be the only thing that you're giving to them whenever they buy, or whenever they are thinking of buying, and then they're checking out the page. You have to load it with bonuses. You have to load it, especially if you're selling digital products. Don't just say, oh, this one digital product is X amount of money. You want to put that digital product there and put all kinds of other bonuses, all kinds of things that they can get from it, all kinds of additional things that they can get from that one product. You want to add all of that to that. So you don't necessarily have to advertise it, but they have to see it when they are in that buying mode and they want to buy, and then they see that there's all these other bonuses included. It gives the buyer a very good feeling of buying at that particular point in time. So that is very important when it comes to digital products. Now, the important questions in selling, especially online, especially with digital products, it's not about the what. And a lot of people have been obsessed about, oh, what should I sell, or the thing that I'm going to make, or the digital products is the most important when it comes to selling, and that is not true. I know this by experience, and I know this also by the experience of other people that I have worked with, and I've had the privilege of looking at their back end when it comes to doing business online. So the two most important questions is who is selling and who is buying. That's the most important question. Who is selling? Who is buying? It doesn't matter what you're selling. It matters that you are someone that people would love to buy from. When it comes to digital products and selling online, this is extremely important. Are you someone that people want to buy from? Forget about the thing. Are you someone that people would love to buy from? Very, very important. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is who is buying? Do they have the money? Are they willing to buy? Are they able to buy? And which is a very, very important point. For example, if you're selling something to, let's say, kids, for example, and you know that the kids are not going to have money, they're going to ask their parents for money. The question is, when they ask their parents for money, are the parents going to give them money to be able to buy whatever it is that you're producing or you're making for these kids? And that's a very serious question, because if the parents are going to say no, then you know that your business is, or whatever product you're selling, is not going to fly. So the question is, who is selling and who is buying? If those two things are well placed, if those two things are correct, it doesn't really matter the what is going to sell, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. It's going to sell to at least a certain extent, and you can keep improving it to make it sell more. But if something is wrong with those two questions, these first two questions, if something is wrong with it, it doesn't matter how good your product is, it would not fly. The question is, do people really want to buy from you? Do people really want to buy these kinds of things from you? That's a very, very, very strong question. And also, are they willing and able to buy those things? So, one thing to note, people don't buy to use. And this is very important, especially when it comes to digital products. People don't buy to use, people buy to feel good about buying. So the question is, are people going to feel good about buying whatever it is that you're making? Because if they don't feel good, they will not buy. It doesn't matter how useful the product is. Now, a lot of people have told us, oh, it's about the value, it's about the use value. And that is not true. People don't buy. There are lots of things that you have. If you think about it, there are a lot of things that you have that you don't use. That's useful, but you rarely use them. And there are things that you have bought that you have not used once. And we are like that. People are like that. If you don't feel good about buying something, it doesn't matter how useful someone tells you that, oh, this thing is very useful. You wouldn't buy it unless you feel good about buying it. So that's the way people are wired. So do not structure your copy to reflect use excessively. Of course, you need to talk about it, but that's not why people buy. The real reason people buy is to feel good about buying. Keep that at the back of your mind. And now let's go to the product you can sell for $100. First one is the social media kit or bundle. And this is something that you can weave in so many ways. If you have a great experience at this, you can create a kind of kit or bundle for social media, for people to be able to get ahead on social media. And the idea here is do a bunch of it. So don't just do for, let's say, Instagram. You do for Instagram, you do for TikTok, you do maybe for LinkedIn also, you do maybe for YouTube, and you just bundle everything together and sell it for $100. That's a very, very high value for that price point. So it's very significant. If people feel good buying from you, they would definitely buy that. Another one is an instructional manual. So a kind of instructional manual for the current day. It could be videos, it could be written in whatever form that you feel is most convenient for your ideal buyer. You can create a kind of instruction manual, maybe for example how to use AI or any new technology, and just give them the prompts and give them the cheat codes, or what would make their life easy when using that particular new technology or new products that just got released. So for that, you can also sell for $100, and if you are in a good position to sell, you're going to make a lot of money doing that. Another one is a content strategy organizer or calendar. Now, if you are in that field and you know that so well, and you have some experience to back it up, and maybe you have a big brand that you've worked with to show as a kind of proof, this is something also that you can sell very well and can produce a lot of results for you. So if you structure this well and you had a lot of bonuses and it fits with your ideal audience, they would willingly and gladly pay $100 to get this. And this is so powerful because most of the people that will opt for something like this are people who have the money and they don't have the time and they want to buy time. So if you can sell something like this in a way that gives people the idea that they are saving time, is going to be very, very helpful. And then the next one is designs and templates. While this may look like, oh, this is getting replaced by AI or something like that, trust me, it's still selling. Lots of people are still doing a lot of things in this direction and they are making quite a sizable amount of money. Their Notion templates, their designs online, with different kinds of softwares, and they are just something that keeps, it's like a gift that keeps giving, and there are people who would pay to have that than to build things themselves. So designs and templates also work if you're looking for a digital product to sell. And finally, you have hacks and recipes, and it's simply what it says. This is also like instructional manuals, but in this case you're giving people directions on how to get results, or directions of how to do something in particular and what to do. So you're enabling people to be able to do things themselves. So you're giving them recipes, you're giving them hacks of how to do something, like the exact how to, the steps one after the other. And this is something very, very valuable to a lot of people, and people who have the money would willingly pay to have them get a step-by-step guide to whatever it is, that the results that they want to create. Unlike instructional manual is about a product that you want to learn how to use. Hacks and recipes in this case is about a result that you want to create, but you need a step-by-step guide into creating that result. So that works, and this could be an ebook, it could also be a kind of course, it could also be a kind of video tutorial and stuff like that. So this is also a digital product that you can sell for $100, for about $100. So we come to the end. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you would love to see more of it. Thank you.